教会呢通常比较少有 Rabbi 呢来讲道。那我以前在 Great Neck Catholic Church 的时候呢，我们每一年呢有一次请 Rabbi 来讲道，讲旧约的一些故事。
In Christian churches, we seldom welcome rabbis to come and preach the gospel. But when I was at Great Neck, we used to have one pastor once a year, one rabbi once a year he will preach us the Old Testament.
好，那我们现在我们特别欢迎我们的这个 Rabbi Marvin， 我们的部长好吗
Now please welcome Rabbi Marvin Tokayer.
我们请陈生啊特别来分享，谢谢陈生帮我们这个搭桥搭线啊，不然好。
Now we're going to ask Chen Sheng, Brother Chen Sheng, to introduce Rabbi Marvin.
Yeah, and you will find that all of us are connected in a special way.
我跟这个Marvin 拉比有着是一种比较特别的渊源。
Yeah, my connection to Jewish people is my teacher.
我跟犹太人也有一种特殊的关系，他们是我的教师。
Yeah, I would like to invite Dr. Khan to come forward.
现在呢，我们特别请这位博士来跟我
们。Dr. Khan is my teacher in pathology.
这位医生呢，他是我在这个检验学上的教授。
He is actually one of the best pathology in the world.
他是世上有名的检验医师。
And it's a privilege to have this kind of connection.
今天很有幸我跟他有这样的关系。
And for today's special speaker is because of my connection with Dr. Khan, then the speaker is here today.
因为我跟康医生这样的私人关系，我们能够有机会请 Marvin 这个老师来到我们中间。
Yeah, since Dr. Khan knows today's speaker well, so I will let Dr. Khan to say a few words for introduction.
Thank you, Sheng. Yeah, it's been a great pleasure to work over the years with Sheng. Sheng is an excellent pathologist too, a great skin pathologist.
我也很有幸跟陈医生一起工作，他也是一个非常优秀的检验医师。
It gives me great pleasure to introduce our esteemed Rabbi Marvin Tokayer from Great Neck.
今天我很有幸介绍我拉比 Marvin， 他是来自于大晋地区。
I have known, my wife and I have known Rabbi Tokayer for many, many years, and we were very fortunate 2 years ago to go on a tour of Japan and mainly China with him.
我和我太太已经认识Marvin 拉比已经很多年了。2年以前，我和我太太也很有幸由他带团访问了日本，参观了日本和主要是中国大陆。
Just briefly, how Rabbi Tokayer became involved with the Japanese and Chinese community is during the 60s, from 62 to 64, he served as the chaplain to the U.S. Air Force.
简短的说呢 ，Marvin 老师他是在60年代就接触到了居住在日本和中国的犹太人。具体的说，也就是在1962年到64年间，他担任美国空军教牧。
And when Rabbi Tokayer came back, he found out that they had no rabbi in Japan, and there was a significant Jewish community there. And a famous rabbi in New York, Rabbi Schneerson, encouraged him to take up the position as rabbi in Japan. And of course, the rest is history, because he became very interested in the far-flung Jewish communities in India, China, Japan.
他从亚洲回到美国以后呢，他就发现，在日本那有很大的犹太社区，却没有一位的犹太教师。所以呢，在美国的一位犹太教师就是鼓励他到中国、到印度、到日本，为犹太的社区服务。
And he's now published multiple books and texts on his investigations and travels he's made.
至今为止，他已经出版了很多本他自己所经历的关于犹太人史的亚洲犹太人史的书籍。
One of the places we visited, a fascinating place, was Kaifeng, and I don't know how many of the community know about Kaifeng, but there was a Jewish community there and still is, and that's what Rabbi Tokayer is going to be speaking to us about.
在中国，我们到了一个非常奇妙的一个城市，叫做开封。我不知道在这里的多少人知道中国的开封。那今天呢 ，Marvin 教师就在这里为我们讲解开封。
Thank you, Dr. Kang, for the introduction.
谢谢康医师。
Okay, let's welcome Tokayer, Rabbi Tokayer, come forward.
谢谢大家欢迎Tokayer。
谢谢。你好。
Good morning.
Your Mandarin is excellent.
We're going to talk about it later.
It is true that our family spent many years in East Asia, and I have visited China more than 30 times.
确实，我和我的家庭在远东居住了很多年，我也到过中国30次之多。
Next year, I will be going to China twice.
明年呢，我将再2次回到中国。
Perhaps you want to come with me.
也许你要跟我同行。
Why do I go to China?
为什么我要到中国去？
Because there is an unknown and fascinating Jewish experience in China that you should know and my people should also know.
因为在中国有一个非常的奇妙的犹太的居住区，你们应该知道，我的人民更应该知道。
There was a great archaeologist and explorer, Jewish, born in Hungary in Europe, who was fascinated by the Silk Road, that magic road from Europe to the Middle East to China, bringing culture, trade, and wisdom between East and West, West and East.
有一位在匈牙利欧洲出生的这个犹太人，他是深深的被中国的丝绸之路所吸引。这个丝绸之路就是连接欧洲和中国，无论是文化、商业和传统的一个必经之地。
His name is Sir Mark Aurel Stein.
他的名字叫Mark Stein
And about 110 years ago,
大概在110年以前。
He was on one of his many expeditions, searching in the Silk Road, looking for anything that he could find, buried in the desert, in the oasis, looking for documents, for people to find the unknown secret history of that fascinating Silk Road connecting the European world to China.
这个 Mark Stein 他自己是一个考古学家，也是一位探险家。所以他就不遗余力的在丝绸之路所经过的地方，从欧洲到亚洲大地，在寻找在沙漠里所埋藏的鲜为人知的一些文件也好，还是这些古迹也好，来考察这里面的奥秘。
In January 1900, he was excavating and digging in Khotan, far, far western China, desert oasis near Tibet, and he was in the suburbs of Khotan in a little village that no longer exists called Dandan Ulik.
他在中国的西北部也是接近青藏高原带和那里的沙漠里和绿洲里，他就在使劲的往下面挖掘，在一个小镇上，中国名字我不知道，在这个
Very good.
在这个小镇上他那个寻宝。
In Dandanulik, a name we do not know, he found remains of houses and buildings that were more than 1,000 years old.
在这个当当小镇下面呢，他找到了这个具有着1000多年历史的住宅以及各种建筑。
And he was smart enough to look everywhere, even in the garbage.
他呢是一个非常聪明有心的人，他到处寻宝，甚至到垃圾桶里面寻宝。
In the garbage, he found a mousetrap built in China 1,500 years ago.
在那个垃圾堆里，他居然找到了一个捕鼠器，这个捕鼠器有着1500年的历史，是中国制造的 ，Made in China。
Made in China. For export.
为出口之用。
He also found many pieces of paper, and paper was invented in China, and they were writing on paper in China for hundreds of years before even the word was known in the Middle East or in Europe.
他在垃圾桶里也找到了一些纸张，大家知道。中国人发明了造纸术，那在这个造纸术发明之久，是远远在西方文明之前，西方见到文字之前。
And what a shock it was to see that this oldest piece of paper found anywhere in the world was written in Hebrew in Dandanulik near Khotan in China.
让人跌破眼镜的是，在那里找到的纸张上所书写的，居然是居然是希伯来文字。
You would think that the oldest Hebrew document on paper would be found in Israel or Jerusalem or Europe or Great Neck, but certainly not in Dandanulik.
你绝对不会想到，也最遥远的犹太人书写的历史。可能是你也许会想到，也许是会在以色列、在耶路撒冷、在欧洲或者是在大境地区找到，绝对想不到是在中国西北边陲的这个当当小镇上。
No one in the world knows that the oldest Hebrew piece of paper found anywhere in the world was found in China, and now everyone should know about it.
世界上也没有人想象得到，犹太人历史的最早的记载，文字的记载，居然是在中国的这个小镇上。现在应该是人们知道的时候了。
How old is that piece of paper? It is at least 1,500 years old.
这个纸张有多久的历史？它至少有1500年了。
Marco Polo is a name that we all know, because in the 1200s he came to China.
马可波罗是一个家喻户晓的名字，因为在1200年以前，马可波罗到达了中国。
But Marco Polo also writes, and we don't know it, that in Beijing or Peking, he heard two languages, Chinese and Hebrew. Why would he hear the Hebrew language in Beijing unless there were Jewish people living in Beijing, Chinese Jews?
很多人却不知道，马可波罗在中国听到的语言，除了汉语以外，居然还有希伯来话。在北京，那当时为什么在北京会有讲希伯来话的人呢？那就是当地有犹太人居住。
There were even Jewish members of the cabinet of Kublai Khan, the Mongolian invader or the Mongolian emperor of China.
在古布拉罕的时候，在中国就有着这个犹太人，就是说会讲希伯来话的内阁成员。
Now a Christian story for you.
现在讲一个很简短的故事。
In 1605,
在1605年的时候
on a very hot, muggy day in Beijing, China,
在中国北京一个炎热燥热的季节，一天
there was a knock on the door of a recently arrived Catholic Jesuit missionary, Father Matteo Ricci.
在这个北京这个地方，有一位天主教的宣教士，先主教的宣教士，这个神父就敲一个家庭的门。
At the door of Father Ricci's home in Beijing was a Chinese man, completely Chinese.
他敲的这Ricci 教父敲的这个门呢，开门的人是一个中国人，他的面孔完全是中国人的样式。
The Chinese man was outside, Father Ricci was inside at the door.
这个中国人呢，他是在门的里面，但是门的外面呢，就是这个 Ricci 教父。
The Chinese man asked, "Are you the one that has come here from far away to teach about the belief in the one God of the universe?"
这个中国人就问，请问你是不是来自远方，来到这里教导世上只有一位神的那个人？
Father Ricci said, "Yes, we have come here from Europe to teach about the one God of the universe."
这个 Ricci 教父就说，是的，我来自欧洲，在这里要教导大家，世上只有一位神。
Chinese said, "So delighted to hear it."
这位中国人非常的高兴听到这些话。
Why did he say that? We don't know.
他为什么这样说，我们不知道。
The Chinese continued, "Do you teach the holy way of life?"
这个中国人继续问道，请问你是不是要教导人们圣洁的生活？
Father Ricci answered, "Yes, we teach the moral and ethical way of life."
Ricci 教父说，是的，我在这里教导人们有道德水准的生活。
Chinese said, "So difficult to keep that way of life so far away from where?"
这个中国人说，哎呀，这个做起来，这过一个圣洁的生活简直是太难了。
Father Matteo Ricci was so intrigued by this knowledgeable Chinese man whose name he did not even know that he invites him into his home.
Ricci 教父觉得非常的奇妙，这个中国人他虽然不知道他的名字，却邀请他来到了这个家庭。他刚才问说是不是给他茅台酒？
Would have been better with a Mao Tai. Chinese man comes into his house, looks around, was surprised that everything in the house came from Europe. The furniture, the carpet, the artwork, everything. The missionaries brought from Europe. They did not trust anything that was made in China. They should go to Walmart.
天主教教父非常的吃惊的看到，这个中国人的房间里所有的从家具到地毯全部是来自于欧洲，全都是欧洲制造的。也许他们不太信任中国制造的东西。
Father Ricci invites the Chinese man to sit down at the table. They have some tea. You know, cha is always good. Have some rice. What's your name? What's my name? Where you're from? Where I'm from? Very polite, very welcoming, very warm, very hospitable.
他们就坐下来，在友好的气氛中交谈。他们一起饮茶，谈话。
Well, it's a small room. It's a small home with a little chapel. And the Chinese sees on the wall a painting. And he gets up from his chair, goes over to the painting, takes a good look at it, and bows down flat on the floor.
这是一个很小的房间，也是一个很小的聚会的地方。墙上呢贴有着一些挂画，但是当这个中国人走进到了其中的一幅挂画的时候，他就居然跪在了地下。
Father Ricci was surprised because in 1605 there were no Christians in China.
这个教父非常的吃惊，因为在 在17世纪1600年代的时候，在中国还没有基督教还没有被传入到中国。
And Father Richie asked him, "Do you know about that painting?"
Richie 教父就问这个中国人说：“你知道这幅画吗？”
He answered, "Yes. In our family, we have great respect and reverence for this painting."
他说：“是的，我认识这幅画，并且在我的家庭，我们非常的尊重这幅画。”
Father Richie was surprised.
这个Richie 教父非常的吃惊。
Father Richie went to the kitchen to bring some more food to put on the table.
他就到了厨房拿来更多的食物。
And the Chinese saw that over there, at the end of the room, there were some statues, figurines, dolls, this big, on the floor in a scene, and he did not know what it was, so he went over there to look at it.
这个中国人呢，看到在房子的一个角靠着墙的地方，在地上有一些这个塑像，他不知道那是什么东西，所以他就走了过去。
When the Chinese man went over to that scene on the floor with the little statues or dolls, takes a look at it, and bows down flat on the floor, and Richie is now in the room and sees him from the back.
当这个中国人仔细的观看了这些塑像以后，他就跪到了地上，磕头敬拜。那个时候 ，Richie 教父进来了，看到了这个中国人的背影。
The Chinese man comes back and sits at the table, and Father Richie begins to talk to him seriously.
这个中国人然后就回到了桌子旁边坐下来，然后他们开始了比较正式的谈话。
Father Richie says, "Tell me, my dear friends, who was it that came here that we don't know about? But obviously someone came here that taught you so well that you already know about the coming of the Messiah."
这个瑞士教父就说：“亲爱的朋友，请你告诉我是谁在我之前就教导你这些要来的弥赛亚的事。”
Chinese says, "You just used a word. I don't know that word. I never heard that word. I don't know what you are saying."
这个中国人说：“你刚才用了一个词，我没有听说过这个词，我也不知道这个词的含义。”
Father Richie repeated, "Who taught you about the coming of the Messiah?"
教父又问了：“是谁教导你说这位即将来到的弥赛亚？”
The Chinese man said, "You know, we had such a pleasant conversation. Chinese is a difficult language. You speak it so well. You studied so hard. You have an accent, but I understand you very well. But you just use a technical word, Messiah, anointed, oil on the head. I don't know what you're talking about."
但是我知道你的中文说得很好，你也很努力的学习中文，但是你就是有一点口音，我就是搞不清楚你说的这个弥赛亚啊，这位受膏的人，这是什么意思？
Father Richie said, "Don't be afraid. We're brothers.
这位教父说：“不要害怕，我们是弟兄，
We're like family.
我们是一个家庭。”
I just asked you a simple question. Who taught you about the coming of the Messiah?"
我只是想知道是谁教给你说这位将来的弥赛亚。
The Chinese man, whose name was Aitian, said, "I still don't know what you were talking about."
这个中国人还是不解地问：“我就是不知道你指的这个弥赛亚是什么。”
Father Richie, now frustrated, said, "You know that painting on the wall?"
这位教父呢，这个时候就是非常的没辙了，就是说你刚才看到的墙上的那幅画。
You went to that painting, you looked at it, you bowed down with such reverence and respect. I was so touched by it. Do you know what that painting is?
他说你刚才去看了那幅画，然后呢，你也认得了这幅画，你跪下来向那幅画敬拜。我想要知道是谁教给你这样的。
Aitian is shy, and he says, "Please tell me what that painting is."
他就说请告诉我这幅画是什么。
Father Richie said, "I would be delighted."
这个教父就说我很高兴给你解。
You see the table? Yes. You see the man sitting at the center of the table? That's our Lord. That's our Messiah. Do you see sitting next to him? 6 on the right, 6 on the left. Those are his 12 disciples, 12 students. Familiar scene, the Last Supper.
他说这幅画呢，就是说你看到了这个桌子周围坐的人，坐在中间的一个人，他的左面有6位，右边有6位，也就是大家所熟悉的那个《最后的晚餐》这幅画。
Etienne looks at him and says, "Oh, I thought it was a painting of Jacob and his 12 sons."
这个中国人就说：“哦，原来是这样，我以为是这个雅各和他的12个儿子呢。”
Father Richie hears that and says, "What about that other scene at the end of the room? I saw you were so taken by it, so significant to you, so meaningful to you. Do you know what that scene is?"
他就说：“那你刚才走到那个房屋的角落，去到了那些那个塑像，那你知道那是什么吗？你为什么对他们那么尊重？”
The Chinese says, "Yes. Please tell me what that scene is."
他说：“这个中国人说，也请你讲给我听，那是什么？”
Father Richie says, "You see the baby, the newborn? That's our Lord, that's our Messiah. You see the woman next to him? That's his mother, Mother Mary. You see the man next to her? That is John the Baptist. And today is his holiday, John the Baptist Day, Catholic holiday in June. So there's a man, a woman, and a baby."
这个教父就讲给他听，你刚才看到的中间的那个婴孩，就是我们的弥赛亚，将来的弥赛亚他就是我们的主。你看到旁边的那个是他的母亲玛利亚，还有这个施洗约翰。今天呢是我们纪念施洗约翰的日子。
The Chinese says, "Oh, I thought it was the scene of Abraham and Sarah and the baby Isaac."
这位中国人就说：“哦，他恍然大悟，他说我以为那个是那个亚伯拉罕、撒拉和他们的儿子那个以撒。”
Father Richie says, "Tell me, who are you?"
这个 Richie 教父就说：“请告诉我，你到底是谁？”
Etienne looks at Father Richie and says, "I don't know who I am, but you are a fake."
这个中国人说：“我不知道我是谁，但是我知道你却是一个假的神父。”
What happened there? What happened was that Father Richie knew that many hundreds of years before he came to China, there were Christians in China, and they have all disappeared. He looked for them, couldn't find them. Suddenly, a Chinese man comes and asks, "Do you teach about the one God of the universe?" Who would say that? "Do you teach the holy way of life?" Who would say that? So Father Richie thinks that the Chinese man is a Christian.
这到底是怎么回事呢？这位天主教的教父就觉得，在几百年以前，基督教已经早在中国存在了，只是说后来慢慢的消失了。那今天呢，当这位中国人问他说：“你是不是来这个传讲这个世上只有一位神，让我们过圣洁的生活的时候，他就觉得说，基督教在以前中国存在过。”
What did the Chinese man think? He read in a magazine in 1605 that a foreigner from Europe came to China who believes in the one God of the universe, and he is not a Muslim. There were no Christians in China.
这个中国人是怎么回事呢？他是在一家杂志上，在1605年的时候，一家杂志上看到说， 从欧洲要过来一个人，他要宣讲这个世上只有一位神，并且这个人不是穆斯林教。
The Chinese man thought that someone coming from Europe who believes in one God and is not a Muslim is a rabbi. And he also has a beard. And he thought that Father Ritchie was a rabbi who came to China and wanted to invite him to come to his synagogue. So the Chinese man thought Father Ritchie was a rabbi. And Father Ritchie thought the Chinese Jew was a Christian.
当时呢，误会是这样的，那个中国人呢，看到这位欧洲来的宣讲在世上只有一位神，又不是穆斯林教的人，他留着长长的胡子，所以这位中国人误把这位天主教的神父当成了犹太人的拉比教师。那这位天主教的神父呢，就是说这个中国人知道这么多的这个圣经的故事，所以他错把他当成了中国的基督教徒。
The Chinese Jew ITN, who came from a very religious family in Kaifeng, which I will soon describe, was somewhat confused because Father Ritchie, whom he thought was a rabbi, when he put food on the table, gave him a ham sandwich, which he never had at home.
这位中国人呢，其实他是一个中国的犹太人，他的家庭来自于开封。那当他看到这个教父呢，给他吃就是那个这个猪肉的那个三明治的时候。他就觉得说是这个教父怎么这个犹太的牧师怎么会给我吃这个猪肉
Jews do not eat ham or pork.
犹太人是不吃任何猪肉的，禁食猪肉。
ITN ran away because he realized that Father Ritchie perhaps is not a rabbi. But Father Ritchie sent a letter in June 1605, which is still in the Jesuit archives in Paris, in France. I held that letter in my hand. And the letter says, we arrived in China. We're starting to translate the Bible. We're starting to teach Christianity. We're starting to build a church, which they did very sincerely. And the last line of the letter is, I found a Chinese Jew.
这个中国人呢，他是来自于开封，他之所以来敲这位这个天主教神父的门，是因为他以为这是一个犹太的教师，他想请他到他们的犹太会堂。殊不知这位牧师却是一个基督教的牧师，他被吓跑了。但是呢，这位天主教的教师呢，却写了一封信，目前还收藏在巴黎的博物馆里面。我自己亲眼看过，亲手拿过这封信。他在里面讲解了他们在中国当时传讲基督教，翻译圣经，教导人们基督教义。但是他在最后也写了，我在中国的时候遇到了第一个中国的犹太人。
The Pope gets the letter and asks in Rome, any Jews in China? No. Ever any Jews in China? No. Could there be Jews in China? No, no, no. But the Pope did not say what he had in his pocket, a letter from Father Matteo Ricci that he found a Chinese Jew.
那梵蒂冈的教皇天主教皇就问了，说过去有没有中国的犹太人，现在有没有中国的犹太人？这所有的问题的答案都是没有，不存在。但是他却没有讲出来，在他自己的口袋里就装着 Ricci 教父这封信，里面清清楚楚地写着，我在中国遇到了一个生活在中国的犹太人。
The Pope took a team of Jesuits. They're very smart. Hebraeus, they knew the Hebrew language very well. They were artists. They were gifted with the paintbrush or the pencil. Remember, if you find something in 1600, there's no camera, and there's no Xerox machine. You have to put it down on something. So the Pope looks for a Jesuit that knows Hebrew, that is artistic, sends a team of them, that's the most talented he has, to China. Their job, find that Chinese Jew.
这个教皇就要召集一批人，这些人呢，既懂得希伯来话，又要懂得艺术，会绘画。因为记得当时并没有这些iPhone 啊，这些电话相机之类的，所以你要见过的，要想保存下来，只有用笔和纸画下来。所以他就要寻找这些人到中国来找寻这个中国犹太人。
Where should they look? China is a large country. It's a large population. You're looking for one person.
他到中国要怎么样寻找呢？中国是一个很大的国家，并且它拥有着世上最多是一个人口众多的国家。到那里找一个中国的犹太人，那简直是要寻找沧海一粟。
But when the Pope says to find, you're going to find.
但是当教皇跟你说一定要找到，那你就一定得找到。
And they found that Chinese Jew.
他们最终还是找到了那个中国犹太人。
Not only did they find that Chinese Jew, but they found the Chinese synagogue in Kaifeng in China.
他们不但找到了这个中国的犹太人，并且还在中国的河南开封找到了一个犹太会堂。
Not only did they find the synagogue in Kaifeng in China, but there was a synagogue in Ningbo, in Xi'an, in Hangzhou. There were more than 10 synagogues of Chinese Jews in China.
他们不但是在河南的开封找到了犹太会堂，他们还在汉口、宁波和其他的10几个城市都找到了犹太会堂。
Today only Kaifeng still exists, but the synagogue is no longer standing.
今天开封还现存，但是那里的犹太会堂已经油然不在了。
But the street of the synagogue still today has the name teaching Bible, teaching sacred scripture, teaching Bible Lane South. That's the name of the street. Teaching Bible Lane South is the name of the street today, which was the street of the synagogue in 1600.
但是17世纪那个犹太会堂的旧址，那条小巷还在，它的名字就叫做圣经教导南巷。圣经教育南巷。
The synagogue was destroyed by floods 4 times and always rebuilt.
在过去的时候，那个犹太会堂被大水灾冲毁了4次，那每一次都得到了重建。
They had 13 magnificent Torah, Bible, scrolls written in Hebrew on parchment, original Old Testament, of which we have found 8 still existing today, including 2 in Manhattan, and the most beautiful in Dallas, Texas, in the library of Southern Methodist University.
当时呢，他们有15本圣经的书卷，13本，当时他们有13本圣经的书卷，保存到现在的有8本，其中的2本在曼哈顿，最精美的1本保存在Dallas 其中一个大学的图书馆里。
Jews came from Persia about 1400 years ago to China on the Silk Road during a time of persecution in Persia.
在1400多年以前，这些犹太人是来自于波斯，当时在波斯是迫害犹太人的，他们途经丝绸之路来到了中国。
They came to Kaifeng, which was the capital of China of the Northern Song Dynasty.
他们来到了当时北宋的帝都河南开封。
They met the Emperor of China.
他们见到了中国的皇帝。
And they gave him a gift.
他们赠送给这个皇帝一个礼物。
You will be surprised at the gift that they brought to the emperor.
你听到这个礼物是什么以后，你也许会大吃一惊。
China is known for its silk, but in the Middle East, there is no silk, there is cotton.
中国的丝绸是非常有名的，但是在中东的那个地方却是没有丝绸，但他们有棉布。
There really was no cotton in China.
那个棉布在中国倒是不流行。
The color of cotton is white.
这个棉布的这批布的颜色是白色的。
But I see many are here today in the church who have a cotton blouse or a cotton shirt, and it's blue, and it's gray, and it's red, and it's orange, and has all sorts of designs. How do you do that with white cotton cloth? How do you dye it different colors?
今天我们在座的，我看到大家身上穿的都是红、黄、灰、蓝各种颜色的衣服上衣，那就是想棉花本身是白色的，那你怎么样染布把它染成了其他的颜色？
The emperor was amazed at the different colors made from the cotton cloth. And the Jews said they would like to stay in China, introduce the cotton industry to China for the benefit of China, and so they could have a peaceful place to keep their Jewish way of life.
当时呢，这些人就是送给了中国的皇帝这批布，这批布呢是由不同的颜色组成的。当时中国只有白色的，但是他们把这些染料染到了这些布上，就是成为了他们在犹太的一个完好居住的一个保障。
The emperor said, "Please stay in China, live near the forbidden city of Kaifeng, which was the palace. Live here among our people, keep your way of life. It'll be a blessing to you, it'll be a blessing to us, and you'll be like the sugar in the tea. It does not take anything away from the tea, it only makes it a little bit sweeter. Stay here, live with us, marry with us if you want. Just one favor I ask of you. Please change your names because I cannot pronounce your name. Take Chinese family names."
这个皇帝就告诉他们说，请你就邀请他们和中国人一同居住，就居住在当时开封的紫禁城外，离着我们近的居住，和我们一起生活，和我们一起通婚，你做什么都可以，但是我就是有一样请你满足我的要求，请你把你们的姓氏改了，因为你们这个姓氏我没有办法发音出来，我没有办法叫你们，所以请你们改变你们的姓氏。
The Persian Jews said, "Please give us family names and we will accept them." And he gave them 7 different family names. I, She, etc. Zhao. And they keep those same 7 family names to this very day, more than 1,000 years later.
这个皇帝说，你和我们居住在一起，这只是在我们的茶，好像我们的茶里面放上了糖一样，就是说不会把这个茶的味道弄走，但是只会让茶更加香甜，所以请你们跟我们一起住。这个皇帝就赐给了他们7个不同的家庭的姓氏。
When China was very open and democratic, they said, "We want the very best talent for our government, for our courts. We don't care who you are, where you live, what your ancestry is. We want the best." And they gave a series of tests in the school, in the village, in the state, national tests, and then you would even come to the imperial palace, which was then in Beijing, to take the imperial tests. Because in the Forbidden City today in Beijing, there is one building where the emperor would give tests to the best students of China. And if you're number 1, you became the prime minister. If you're number 2, you became the foreign minister. Number 3, you became the Supreme Court justice, etc., etc. Jews took those tests, and made it up to the top and became judges, became teachers, writers, Supreme Court judges, and played a wonderful role in the growth and development of China.
在当时的中国政府是非常开明的政府，也是很有民主的政府。他们的选择官员制都是通过考试的。在紫禁城里面就有这个大学士，这个就是以不同的，他们招收官员是靠不同的考试，你考得最好最高的，你就成为了总理大臣；你考得再次点呢，那你就是可能是就是这个法院法官这些东西。那当时呢，就是犹太人也是很聪明，他们也参加了这些招募的考试，并且考上了很高的官员，所以他们就在中国的内阁里面服侍。
In China, everyone has an ID card, passport, whatever you want to call it.
在中国，每个人都有身份证或者是叫做护照，允许你到处走动。
And it has your name, and it also has your nationality.
上面写有你的名字，并且写着你的国籍。
Most will say Han, they're Han Chinese. But
大多数中国人的身份证上都写着是汉族。
But there also are minorities. There are Koreans, there are Tibetans, there are Uyghurs, there are many, many minorities of China.
那个身份证上不是写的国籍，就是写的你的那个族，你的民族，大多数都是写的汉族，当然也有很少数写着其他的族裔，类似于那个维吾尔族。
And today there are tens of thousands of Chinese who have on their ID card Yutaidin. They may not even know what it means, but loyalty to ancestors and loyalty to parents is so important in China that they still write on their ID cards that they are descendants of the Jewish people.
今天在中国有数千的人在他的民族后面写着犹太人，虽然也许他并不太明白什么叫做犹太人，但是他们尊重他们祖先，他们在身份证上仍然是写着犹太人。
Pearl Buck wrote a novel, it's a novel, not a true story, about the heroic attempt of the Chinese Jews to survive and remain alive in China, called Peony. Peony is the flower. If you can read English, worth reading. It's a nice story.
Pearl Buck 曾写过一本书叫《Peony》，里面记载，这不是一个史记，而是一本小说，里面记载了中国的犹太人在里面这个勇敢的生存历史。
Jews were called blue hats because the Muslims wore white hats, and the Jews did not wear a black cap. This was blue, and so the local people called them the blue hats were the Jewish people, and the white hats were the Muslims.
在中国，犹太人被称作蓝帽人，因为穆斯林的人戴的是白帽，他们被称为白帽人。我们所戴的是蓝色的，所以当地的人们称他们叫蓝帽人。
About 70 years ago, in the city of Xi'an in western China,
大概在70年以前，在中国的西北部西安这个城市。
On the first day of school for the first grade, a 6-year-old boy came to school for the first time to meet his teachers and to meet his classmates.
有一个6岁的小学生，在他第一次上学的第一天，来见他的老师和同学。
The teacher asked each child, "What is your name? Where do you live? And where are you from?"
老师询问每一个学生，你叫什么名字？你是从哪来的？你住在哪里？
Every child gave their name, gave their address, and they're from Xi'an or Nanjing or Hankou, Beijing, Shanghai, wherever they came from, wherever their family ancestry was from.
就是这个老师问每一个同学，那这些小学生呢就告诉了他们的名字、住址和他们的祖籍是哪里。大部分人的就是很多的祖籍就是来自于这个西安呐、南京啊、北京啊、上海这些地方。
One 6-year-old boy gave his name, gave the address where he lives, and when asked, where are you from, he said Israel.
其中的有一个6岁的中国小孩，他告诉了老师他的名字、他的家庭居住地，并且告诉他的祖籍。他说他的祖籍是以色列。
This was 70 years ago.
这是在70年以前。
Just like you, everybody in the class laughed.
就像我们大家一样，当时他所有的同学都哄堂大笑。
The boy started to cry.
这个小男孩开始哭泣。
The teacher said, "Where is Israel? I don't know that word, and I don't know where that is."
这个老师说，以色列在哪？我不知道这个名字，我也不知道它在哪。
The boy said, "I don't know where it is either."
这个小男孩说，我也不知道那是哪儿。
Again, more laughter.
这个时候大家笑得就更厉害了。
The boy comes home after the first day in school, and of course his mother says, "How was your first day in school?" And he starts to cry and said, "Everybody laughed at him."
这个小男孩第一次上学，回到了家里，很自然的，他的母亲就问他说：“你第一天上学怎么样啊？”这个小男孩又哭了，说：“我第一天上学，所有的人都笑话我。”
The mommy asked, "What happened?"
妈妈问说：“怎么了？”
And he told the story.
他把他的经历告诉了妈妈。
And his mother said, "You know, you're right. We are from Israel, but I don't know where it is either."
他妈妈说：“你是对的，我们确实来自以色列，但是我自己也不知道以色列在哪儿。”
The little boy just heard over the few years he was alive that he was different than the Han Chinese, and his ancestry was from the land of Israel. And he did not know where it is, and no one knew where it was.
这个小男孩，他虽然仅有了6年在世上，但是他知道他和汉人是不同的，他的祖先来自于以色列，虽然他并不知道以色列在哪里。
And the next day, the boy came to school, and he brought a note from his mother saying that we are part of the Yutayid, and we come from the land of Israel and came to China more than 1,000 years ago, and we lived in Kaifeng and other cities, and now we are personally living in Xi'an.
这个妈妈第2天上学的时候，给了他儿子一个纸条，上面写着：“我们确实来自于以色列，1000多年以前，我们的祖先来自于以色列，现在我们是居住在西安。”
I wonder if you who are sitting in the audience will stay in America for 500 years or 800 years, and your great-great-great-great-great-great-grandchild will go to school in Littleton, and they'll ask him, "Where are you from?" Will he say Nanjing? Will he say Xi'an? Will he say Shanghai? He say, "I'm from Littleton. I'm from America." But this Chinese boy in Xi'an, whose ancestors came more than 1,000 years ago to China, still knew that his ancestry was from the land of Israel. Amazing.
如果是500年或者700年以前，你的祖先在大晋这个地区上学，当被问到说你来自哪里，我相信他一定会说我是从大晋小晋来的。但是中国的这个小男孩，虽然他的先祖在1000多年以前来到了中国，但是他仍然把自己称为犹太人。我觉得这真是太神奇了。
This is only the first page of the story of the Chinese Jews.
这只是中国人犹太史的第1页。
But we're not going to be here all year. So let me try to bring you a little bit up to date.
我们这个故事要讲起来，恐怕我们要在这里做1年的时间了。那么今天我就把他们的现状跟大家简短的介绍一下。
A Jewish doctor from Austria was in the Nazi concentration camps, got out, was given a few days to leave the country or he would be killed. He gets from a Chinese consul a visa to Shanghai, comes to China.
在奥地利的一个集中营里面有一个囚犯， 他从集中营逃生以后，他只能是几天的时间，要马上的离开当时的德国所占之地，奥地利逃出这个国家，不然他就有杀身之祸。这个犹太人就到达了中国驻奥地利的大使馆，寻求签证，到达中国的签证。
Identifies with the Chinese people in their war against Japanese fascism. Offers to help China. They asked him if he would join the army. He agrees to join the army, the Chinese army, the People's Liberation Army. They loved him so much. He becomes the chief of medicine of the Chinese army. He becomes a general in the Chinese army. He becomes the personal doctor of Zhou Enlai and Mao Zedong. And on October 1, 1949, when Mao Zedong declares the People's Republic of China in Tiananmen Square, sitting 3 rows behind him is a Jewish doctor, chief of medicine, general of the army, General Dr. Jakob Rosenfeld, Jewish. And remember all that?
Very deteriorating, but I will try. 这个逃出来的犹太人自己是一位医师，他到了中国驻奥地利大使馆以后，他就寻求中国人的帮助，他也愿意帮助中国人和中国人民站在一起进行抗日战争，并且他甘心情愿地加入了中国当时的差点说是中国人民解放军，加入了当时的军队，并且在里面成为了当时的军医，并且因为他的良好的表现晋升成为了将军。在1949年10月1日，当毛泽东站在天安门城楼上向全世界人民宣告中华人民共和国成立的时候，这位军人就坐在这个天安门城楼的第3排上面，并且他后来成为了周恩来总理、毛泽东主席的随身医师。
Very good. The personal bodyguard, the closest personal friend of the first president of China, Dr. Sun Yat-sen, was Morris Abraham Cohen, a Jew from England who became also a general in the Chinese army, served also as a general under Chiang Kai-shek, and was the closest friend of both People's Republic of China and Republic of China. And the only time that the Republic of China, Chiang Kai-shek, and the People's Republic of China, Mao Zedong, appeared together respectfully, honorably, without fighting at each other, was at the funeral of Morris Abraham Cohen in England.
其中还有一个犹太人，就是 Cohen， 他是为中国的第1届总统孙逸仙先生做过私人的保镖。我们知道后来在国民党和共产党交战的时候，蒋介石和毛泽东他们是不在一起出现的，但是他们唯一有一个照片，就是毛泽东和蒋介石在同时出现，那就是在这个 Cohen 在英国的这个丧礼上面，他们2个人都同时出席了，并且没有任何的战争，没有任何的口角，是在和平当中在一起的。
The leading translator of Chinese classics into English, citizen of China, is Sidney Shapiro, a graduate of St. John's University.
最早的中英翻译的最有名的人员是 Shapiro， 他是毕业于圣约翰大学。
My closest friend in China, Israel Epstein, spent his entire life, almost 90 years, in China. When he was 80 years old, his birthday party was on national television for 2 hours in the Great Hall of the People, with every governor from every state of China attending, including the president and prime minister. And when he was 90 years old and old, the prime minister of China went to his home to visit him. And at his funeral in Beijing, there were 5,000 people attending. And he was buried as a hero of modern China, named Israel Epstein. My last line is that in the Chinese government, a few years ago, there were 10 foreigners who were members of the government. They're citizens of China, but not ethnically Chinese. They're citizens of China who identified with China, respected by China. Of the 10 foreigners in the Chinese government, 5 of them are Jewish.
我的很好的朋友Epstein， 他是活了90岁，在他的90岁一生当中，80年是在中国度过的。他成为了中国人民和中国政府的很好的朋友。那他在80岁的生日的寿宴是在人民大会堂，由这个中央电视台直播的长达2个小时的生日寿宴。中国的高官，包括了中国的总理和国家主席，都出席了他那一次的寿宴。并且在他90岁生日的时候，国家总理亲自到他的府上造访他，为他祝寿。这个在他丧礼的时候，有多达5000个中国中国政府高级官员来到了他的葬礼上那个慰问，并且这个在现今的中国政府有很多的高官也是外国人，其中有10个高官是犹太人。
Again, this is only first page of the relationship of the Chinese people and the Jewish people. 谢谢，再见。
当然，这只是中国和犹太友好的第1页，谢谢大家。
我们谢谢Rabbi 的分享。那刚才因为我在中国呢，我做过study，有些我可能大家稍微补充一下啊。那因为这个刚才小雨翻译的很好，但有个特别名词他不晓得啊。第一个呢，这Stan这个人呢，就是1900年呢，在敦煌就是发现藏经洞那位，在中国呢是列入黑名单的，因为他把敦煌的那个壁画呢揭掉了，就Stan这个人啊。第二个呢，那个 Father Rich 就是利玛窦，你知道吗？堂有个利玛窦，就是天主教的一个神父，是个历史学家。还有一个呢，就是他说我是以色列呢，当时他叫的是伊次勒叶，是宋朝皇帝给的名号，就是赐给你安家乐业，然后不是以色列，是伊次勒叶，大家明白没有？好，还有一个呢，就是刚才翻译这个名字啊，那个他住在什么教经胡同南巷，有开封人吗？有这个巷没有？对，为什么叫教经？因为当时呢，这个以色列人他们不吃筋，把筋原来是挑筋胡同，这个名字后来不好听，都把筋挑掉了，就叫教经。大家明白叫教经胡同，现在还在这个地方，就补充这一点。好，谢谢大家。
He used to be an archaeologist himself, so.
那我们起立好，我们来起来吧。
Thank you.
主，我们今天特别感谢主，你将亚伯拉罕的后裔带到我们当中。今天我们特别要为以色列来祷告。我们知道以色列是你所爱的国家，犹太人也是你所爱的民族。今天我们特别为他们，就是无论在世界各地，主你的恩典一点都不缺少。我们今天特别为着在中国的开封的犹太人，他们可能面貌已经改变，语言已经丧失，信仰也不清楚，但是他们仍然是你所爱的，又求主你亲自来祝福。我们在这里也为着我们的亲爱的Rabbi来祷告，他无论在什么地方，当他传的话语的时候有你的智慧。但愿主耶稣基督的恩惠、天父上帝的慈爱、圣灵的保守看顾与主人同在，从今时直到永永远远。阿们。